In many ways, Mike Ford is back where it all started. The Montgomery, New Jersey native and former Princeton baseball standout joined the AA Trenton Thunder on July 20th.
I used to come to a lot of these games as a kid, and to think back to those games where I'd be in the stands saying, wow, these guys are incredible, and to be a part of that now is pretty special. Just to have family around daily and live at home, can't really beat that.
A two-time All-American at Princeton, Ford was the Ivy League Player and Pitcher of the Year as a junior in 2013. That year he drove in 38 runs in 41 games and went 6-0 with an ERA under 1, but on draft day his name was never called.
I just kind of took it in stride. I thought it was definitely going to be a thing that happened, but baseball's crazy, and I just went back up to Cape Cod and decided that I had to prove myself.
Prove himself he did. In 26 games that summer, his second in the prestigious Cape Cod League, Ford hit .407 with 5 home runs. Offers started coming in from major league organizations, and Ford, who at the time was leading the Cape in batting, chose to sign with the team he grew up rooting for, the New York Yankees.
We had a lot of conversation. In fact, Mike was very disappointed when he wasn't drafted. I literally called up every scout in the area to talk about Mike, and they just weren't sure whether he should pitch, whether he should hit. They were kind of mixed on it. And then when Mike was not drafted, he was very disappointed, and I looked at him and I said, Mike, this could be a positive thing for you because you're now a free agent. I said, you can go up to the Cape, you can play well, and I said, every team now has the ability to talk to you. And he went up to the Cape and just tore it up as a hitter. And all of a sudden he had 7 or 8 teams bidding on him, and it made it so that he received probably a bigger bonus had he just been drafted in the later rounds, so it actually worked out very well for him.
It was an up-and-down 2016 campaign for Ford. A mid-April thumb injury sidelined him for 3 months. At the time of his injury, Ford was leading all of minor league baseball in RBIs with 14 over his first 10 games.
After that, I kind of just had to rehab for 3 months, and that was a little bit painful at times, but was blessed to be able to come up here after I was done with that.
After the injury, Ford picked up right where he left off. Between 3 levels in 2016, he drove in 43 runs in 56 games and walked more than he struck out. He led the Trenton Thunder in OPS and hit .280 with 5 home runs during the regular season, all while helping carry his hometown team to the Eastern League playoffs.
Mike's a home guy. I mean, he had opportunities to go to Stanford and Duke and other schools away, but he really wanted to come to Princeton to take advantage of the education and also be close to home. And when he started looking at where the minor league teams were, his first year he was up in Staten Island, and then with that possibility that if he did well at some point he would be playing in Trenton, I think that sealed the deal for him.
While Ford signed with the Yankees following his junior season at Princeton, he returned to campus and finished up his degree in history in 2014. And his 3 years on the diamond for the Tigers produced plenty of memories.
Winning the Ivy League title was amazing my freshman year. That was a ton of fun, a great group of guys, and we just had a lot of fun as a team. But one game that really sticks out to me was my last game that I pitched on the mound in Cornell, and it was second to last college game ever. Ended up going 10 innings. I hit a grand slam in the 10th and closed it out in the 10th, through all 10. And that was a really special game for me too.
Ford's journey to AA certainly hasn't been a traditional one, but coming off a strong season, the 24-year-old finds himself 2 steps away from the bronze.
For me, it's just kind of all about staying within myself. At each level I jump, and speed of the game definitely picks up at each level, and that's just something that I think you become accustomed to, having those prior jumps.
It's good to see him healthy. He was off to a very good start, had the thumb injury. I was really excited that the Yankees, instead of sending him back to Tampa to finish out the year, that they did send him up here to Trenton to get some AA experience, doing very well for himself.
For GoPrincetonTigers.com, I'm Cody Crushell.